Indian stars Harika, Dronavalli, Bhakti, Padmini and Vaishali have all moved to round 2. In this video, I am going to talk about what exactly happened in round 1. Both Vaishali and Padmini won their games, and Bhakti won the match by default as her opponent failed to make it to round because she was unwell. Her opponent was Anastasia Paranzina, and according to the schedule, the next round will begin on July 15 at 5:30 p.m. You can watch the broadcast on chess.com/tv. Now let's look at the matchups. Harika Dronavalli will be playing against Olia Medina Varda. I tried to see if they have played before, but I could not find any games. But Bhakti has played against Olia in the previous Olympiad on chess.com, and she has won the game. In this matchup, I fancy Harika's chances. Next, we have Bhakti Kulkarni, who will be now facing Natalia Pogorina. Bhakti has played against Pogorina in the previous World Cup, and she played 2 games, and in the first round she was black and lost, and in the second round she was white and drew. So this time she has a great chance again. This time she knows her opponent better, and I think she will try her best. And Bhakti is also versatile when it comes to openings, so I feel that this is going to be very interesting, especially the opening part and the kind of openings both the players will choose. Next, we have Padmini Raut. Before going to the matchup, I thought I will show you exactly what happened in their games. So here is a game where Padmini Raut displayed very sound understanding of the position and kept the tension for most part of the game and eventually won. Her opponent played Karokan after e4, c6, d4, d5, b5, bishop f5. Now here Padmini employed knight d2, and then after knight b3, knight f3. This game was all about finding the pawn breaks, so I'll come to those moments. After bishop e3, her opponent played c4, and after knight d2, b5, c3, it's clear that black is going to play for the b4 pawn break. So let's look at what happened. After c3, knight b6, she wants to expand on the king side, so Padmini played knight e1, and after knight e7, she plays f4. Now she's also threatening to go g4 and f5, given a chance. Her opponent put her bishop to h7, and then after knight df3, bishop e4. The entire maneuver begins to exchange this bishop on e4. So I really like the idea. I don't know if this is objectively the best, but I really like the way she played. She played queen c1 and then got her bishop to f2, then on d1, and then on c2. So this is what I really liked. But note that Padmini is not taking the pawn on b4. She's maintaining the tension because that would ruin the pawn structure. And after bishop takes f3, knight takes f3, b3, bishop b1, it feels like white has a free hand on the king side because the tension on the queen side is clarified, which means it's going to be very difficult for black to do any counter on the queen side. After g6, g4, h5, she played h3, and she eventually wants to play f5 given a chance. And I think any opening on the king side will favor white because white is better equipped to face the pawn breaks on the king side. After bishop h6, bishop h4, rook a8, takes, bishop f6. Eventually she decides to go gh5 and take the pieces on the king side and then win. That's what happened. After rook g8, she took gh5 because the opening of the position favors white. And then after knight g1, the pawn on h5 is a weakness. After knight g6, she tucks her king to safety and then plays queen d1 and then queen h5. And in a matter of few moves, she was in winning position. Her opponent resigned here because after queen h8, if black plays rook g8, I hope you see the winning move, which is bishop g7. So that was her first game, and in the second game she was black. Yes. So let's look at that one. Her opponent chose Stromkowski, and after ef6, again Padmini played a very sound and strategic game. She put her pawns on the light squares, as you can see, and then after dc-bc, she played c5, again trying to see if her opponent is clarifying the tension in the center, and after d5, she plays castles. And again, Padmini had a free hand on the king side is what I felt when I watched the game, because white doesn't have any clear idea on the queen side. White has a pass pawn on the d file, but it's not easy to push it. And after rook b1, queen e7, knight f3, knight f6, she puts her knight to e4. And then when the knight came to g3, I really liked how she played. She played h5 in this position, and then that gives some more space, and black is also showing that black would love to play king g7, rook h8 or h4, h3 in the future. And after knight d2, knight g3, h g3, she had a hook here and she immediately played h4. And in a matter of few moves, she was already threatening mate. And then after knight f3, queen h5, rook e1, she played b6 because she wants to make sure that this bishop can move freely. And then her opponent played king f1 and then she played f4. In this position, ef4 is obviously too dangerous because black can simply play bishop g4 and threaten all kinds of queen h1 checks. And then after e4, f4, bishop g4, knight g1, bd7. She played queen h8 at one point. And at once I did not really understand the idea, but then after her opponent's move rook d3, it became clear. She is actually hinting at a possible rook coming to b2. And after bishop into a4, rook b6, you see the point of queen h8. And then after queen takes a5, you can see that the white king has really, it's really in danger. f2 is a weak spot, so she immediately plays queen h4, intending to checkmate on e2. If white plays rook e2 in this position, just rook into e2 is also fine, and then the e4 is falling. Her opponent went knight h3 and then she undermines it with pawn to f3. Now she is threatening fg2 followed by queen g4, and her opponent played queen c3, and after fg2, rook takes e4, she finished off the game. After bishop d7, she took, and then after queen e5, she is also threatening queen h2, and this position is clearly winning. Her opponent resigned. So that was her game, and her opponent is Sadat in the next round, and she has played against her thrice according to the database, and all the 3 games have ended in a draw. So yeah, I think it's an interesting clash, and both the players have again different set of openings. Like Padmini has also played d4, she has also played knight f3, she has also played e4, and so is the case with her opponent. So again, this is going to be an exciting clash to watch out. And let's see what happens in the game. I'm very excited to watch this particular match. Next we have Vaishali. So before going to the pairings, let's look at how Vaishali won her first game. So it was a proper Rai-Lopez, and her opponent employed the Archangel's variation of the Rai-Lopez, and after bishop a7, bishop e3. I have myself played this position with both colors, and this is a different kind of Rai-Lopez, one that requires both dynamic and strategic understanding. And after castles h3, bishop h5, she goes queen e1, unpinning, and then after rook e8, she goes d5. The point is also to make sure that you have this option if possible, and here that's exactly what she does. Instead of taking f3, she goes queen e3. The knight cannot go to a7, it has to find its way to e7 and then c4. Now white's pawn structure is already good based on the fact that this a6 pawn could be in danger, potential danger in the near future. Her opponent played b4 and she immediately got c5, and then after knight d7, she played cd, cd and bishop a4. And then after rook b7, she goes knight c4, again attacking d6, and after queen b8, she plays bishop c6, and then knight takes d6. She's already better. The last few moves clearly showed how good her understanding is. I think she knew that she had to play on the queen side, and then she kept at it. I really like this approach. And there was a moment in the endgame where she played bishop b5, which I think is very interesting. Here she played bishop b5, and this was of course backed with precise calculation. She knew that she will either win a piece or she will promote her pawn to a queen. After a b5, the point is after rook c8, a6 and then rook c8, knight c8, a7 is coming. So after knight e8, if a7 here, there is knight c7. So she first plays d6 to prevent it, and then after knight e6, she goes a7, and then she won a piece. And then it took a while for her to convert the material advantage into a win, but she eventually did. So that was her game against Zhao Qiu in the first round. And in the second round, at one point she was actually in danger. Her opponent played the closed version of Sicilian, and this is the moment in which she went wrong with g5. And here, rook f3 would have given good chances for white, but She did not do that. Here the colors are like reverse, but yeah, Vaishali was black in the game. I hope you are able to see it. Yeah, so Vaishali is black in the game. If you are confused, I'm sorry about that. Here, Rook F3 was the way for Zhao to continue. Like after Rook F3, if you go Bishop C6, the point is knight E4, and if knight takes E4, you play Bishop E4. You are still preventing black from castling, so that's the whole point. But after knight E4, directly her opponent, I mean Vaishali had knight D5, and then this knight is finding a beautiful square on F4. And then after a few moves, she just pushed her pawns on the king side and then eventually won her game. In fact, even after being an exchange down, this position is so heavily winning because the king has nobody to defend, and then she won the game. So that was Vaishali's win. Now let's look at the matchup. She is going to play against Bela Puchidashvili in the next round, and again this is going to be exciting match. I have not found any games in which Vaishali has played against Bela in an over-the-board match. Maybe they might have played in an online platform, but I'm not sure about that. And yeah, this is also going to be a very interesting fight. Bela plays d4, e4, c4, sometimes knight f3, and with black her main weapon I think against d4 has been Grunfeld, but it's not clear whether Vaishali will go for e4 or d4. So again, I'm also curious about her opening choices. So yes, this is again another matchup that we'll be following on 15 July. So that completes my overview of what happened in round 1 and what we can expect in round 2. I'm sure that you are all excited to watch the broadcast, and join us on chess.com on 15 July. And today there will be tie breaks happening, but all the Indian women are through. So I'm now wishing the best to all the participants, and I'm looking forward to some great chess. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Do like the video, do subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with some more videos. Until then, take care. Bye bye.